if you struggle with your pitching, simple formula that's going to help you achieve a little bit more success, but also widen your margin for error. When we set up to any pitch shot, one issue we do see on a daily basis is a lot of golfers will get the hands quite low, they'll get a little bit too far away from the golf ball. The toe elevates off the ground, the heel's flush on the ground. As you work the club back, club gets a little bit too inside. Club head's always too far behind the hands on the way down. Then as we come down into impact, the club gets stuck. And then through impact, the only alternative from there is to really release the right hand. We call that a flip, where the toe releases heavily over the heel. We take loft off the club, toe releases severely over the heel. And what you'll see from there, as the ball hits the green, ball runs through the green. So flip that on its head. What you want to do is you want to take the heel out of the equation, especially when we've got nothing in front of us. We want to play this more like a chip shot opposed to a pitch shot. Step one, you're going to stand closer to the golf ball so the grip end of the club points straight up towards the sky. You're going to allow the club face to open slightly. Then as you work the club back, you want to feel like your arms stay nice and straight. Visualise Jason Day. There's no wrist hinge for this shot. I create the same radius going back and on the way through. So stage one, hands nice and high at address. You'll feel the grips a little bit more in the palm. Stage two, just pull your left foot back a little bit. Stage three, just lift the hands up a little bit so the face is slightly open, but also the heel slightly off the ground. And as I swing the club back, I want to feel like the toe of the club interacts with the ground. A good way to establish that is keep your arms nice and straight on the way back. It's just a body movement, so I feel like my right hip goes back slightly on the way back, and then my left hip goes back just gradually on the way through. So there's no wrist hinge for this shot. Just allow the toe of the club to interact, keep the arms nice and straight. Rest, don't feel like your right shoulder drops too much, keep the shoulders nice and level. Keep the weight a little bit more left. When you set up for this shot, you're going to get the ball in the middle of the stance. You're going to feel like your left hip slightly lower at address. So I want to feel like my left hip slightly lower at address. That's going to allow me to anchor my weight into my left side. A great way to establish that is think about a straight line from your left hip all the way through your left knee, dissecting through the middle of your left foot. It's nice and high. Swing the club back, feel like the club works a little bit more out and across the golf ball. Keep that release nice and short so the club stops at your left hip. So as we release the club stops at left hip. So left hip a little bit lower at address, hands nice and high, lift the heel off the ground. Lifting the heel off the ground is just going to prevent the heel digging in, but it's also going to keep the contact point a little bit more efficiently through impact. Lift up your elbows and your hands, allow the heel to feel like it's slightly off the ground. Arms nice and straight on the way back and on the way through. Release the club, grip end, the club stays quite close to your left hip. Keep that club face nice and open. Visualise a spot, back, arms nice and straight, and then release the club on the way through. Just feel the toe contact. From here you'll feel like the heel doesn't dig in, the club just bounces off the ground. We're using a little bit more of the toe. When we use the toe, the ball comes off a little bit softer, ball will stop a little bit quicker. So arms nice and straight, feel the toe contact. So let the chest rotate towards the target on the way through, and all your weight stays onto your left foot. As you can see from there, this is the easiest shot in golf that you can use. It's going to establish a little bit more success. So lower body a little bit left, weight sits into your left side, hands and elbows higher. Swing the club back, keeping the arms nice and straight. Just feel the toe contact, gradual rotation of the chest towards the target, and keep the hands relatively close to your left hip on the way through. Keep that club face nice and open as well. As you can see from there, you've got maximum control. The ball comes off for more spin and you're going to generate a little bit more success with your pitcher.